If you guys could sum up all the work you guys have done through all the years, I mean, I know it's a lot, like piled in, one answer. But if you could sum it all up, what do you think that you guys achieved?
Well, I know from what I get is people in the street, people say, you changed my life, or, it's, I don't know, it sort of seemed to move people emotionally, and I think that's, to have achieved that is quite a big thing,
People could relate to our songs in a way that they understood kind of what we were talking about, and that was what it was appealed to people.
If in some ways like a shared experience,
Yeah.
possibly,
But it wasn't just about the music, it was about the whole thing, you know what I mean, it was more like an attitude and the way we looked and all those things, we tried it in all ways. It was bigger than just a song, but if you got a nice tune, it's a good way of getting your message across.
Exactly. What's up? Yeah, we're taping. What's going on? These people, man. No, I know what you're saying though. Yeah, I agree. If you do have a nice song, it's a good way to put the whole image across.
Yeah, as well.
In the beginning of the whole thing, man, when you guys were, when you first got together, what was the attitude? Like, what was the goal of the band? I mean, were you guys like, okay, we want to come out here, like balls out in your face? Were you really trying to push right in the beginning? I mean, like more of the politics stuff, more of the look, or the music?
Well, it's all encompassing. It's the whole thing. It wasn't just sort of one thing we're pushing. I mean, we're just all we wanted to do is to go out and play on stage and put records out and inspire people and
have a laugh, because we weren't really too seriously, and we didn't. People used to, from political parties and stuff, used to try and like go, oh, this is a good thing, we can try and take advantage of this. We used to just like laugh at them because we didn't really ally ourselves with any kind of political party. It was political in the sense that it was socially, what affected us. Our manager at the very early times, he said, try and sing about what affects you, and that had a big impression on us. You know what I mean? Because if you listen to the songs now, they're about something. And that kind of set a level for other people. That after that, it was more likely that you might be about something rather than. And in order to be about something, you have to find out what you're about in the first place, and so we did that by not being allowed to play music until we'd finished painting the studio.
So we used to have sort of like political discussions before we even picked up the guitar.
And then we found out what we were about, and he still is a painter.
Yeah.
Even now.
That's what Tom was telling me before. It's cool, man. You enjoy it, huh?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's great. I don't have to argue with anybody, and it's fine.
Do your own thing, and he does it in all weathers.
Now you talk about, you said inspire, and then you said, affecting people with music. What affected you guys? Like, what were your influences?
Well, there's a lot of reggae stars that really influenced me, like Big Youth and Lee Perry especially. Even down to people like Anthony Newley inspired me, because he was sort of one of the few British guys that actually sang in an English accent, which was sort of quite rare at that time. It's...
A lot of rock and roll stars influenced me. New York Dolls from here had a big impression on me, and not only in the way that their music sounded, but the way that they looked, and their whole demeanour was fantastically exciting for the time, and the MC5 and the Stooges, and there was a very influential double original punk garage called Nuggets. It was compiled by Lenny Kaye, who was the guitarist of Patti Smith, and that was another big record, before the first Patti Smith album and first Ramones album, all things that were in the mix.
So you mentioned the Ramones. What did you think at the time? I mean, now, now that everything's said and done, you look back, I mean, they were good. But at the time when you guys were first starting out, they were starting out too over here. What was that like? I mean, was there like competition in a way?
Not really. I mean, it was sort of...
they started a little bit before us.
Right.
That's it, yeah, because we went to see one of their shows at Dingwalls in London, and we were sort of in the beginning, sort of... I mean, we hadn't made a record at that point, but we went along to see them, and that seemed to be really cool. Ended up in a punch-up, but not with them, with some other group. But they're fantastic. They're real inspiration,
visually, you guys did a bunch of videos, right? Now, did you find that as another medium for you to express, like as an expression?
Yeah, you know.
Well, we were sort of lucky, really, because Don Letts, he did most of our videos, and he sort of says to this day that the great thing about filming us lot was that all you need to do was just point the camera, rather than us having to act out anything. We just reacted.
What are we
accordingly.
doing? You know what I mean? But we just regarded everything we did as another part of our bigger thing. You know what I mean? Whatever it was like our chance to go and, you know, have our say or express ourselves another way. So we just considered whatever it was, you know, as long as it was fun, and it was.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
Did you recall doing the video for London Calling?
Yeah, we certainly do. Well, for a start, it was raining, and also after the doing the video, one of our guys working with us, Johnny Green, he had a bit too much to drink, and he pushed all the equipment into the Thames in a temper.
They shot it from a boat. We were on this like pier on the side of the Thames, which had been built in the 50s for like the Festival of Britain or something. And then we were sort of, and then he shot it from a boat, so there's like kind of that going on as well. And Johnny Green just had enough at the end, didn't he? And I think
enough of Remy Martin. I think,
yeah, probably. And so all the stuff went for a swim.
Did it come out?
I think it's probably still there.
It's probably at the bottom, if you want to go. Send some divers down to get it. Diving roadies.
Diving roadies?
Yeah, deep sea roadies.
Why did you guys choose to cover I Fought the Law?
It's such a great tune.
Yeah, it's such
really.
a great tune. It was when we came over to San Francisco the first time we came to America, and it was on the jukebox at the studio where we were doing Give 'Em Enough Rope, and so we were doing some overdubs, and we kept hearing it all the time. And so when we came back after that record, then we started working up. Because we always used to play along with what was on jukeboxes. We had a jukebox in rehearsals back home, and we put all our favourite records on it, and then sometimes we'd be playing along with it. Is that how I learnt to play guitar in the first place?
Was that we used to do a cover of Dancing Shoes, a Bob Marley one, didn't we?
We did so
Time
many.
Is Tight.
We even used to do Pop Goes the Weasel in sound checks.
That's it, like the Anthony Newley
the version. And the other groups, the support acts, were going, they're just on the stage, they were really annoyed. They were just mucking, they're just doing Pop Goes the Weasel. We're waiting for a sound check, and they're doing Pop Goes the Weasel. But we really liked that tune.
VH1